Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. So now that we have already completed the sale order user form development process and mm, the new order and the existing order editing were covered in that. And now we can proceed further and I want to introduce you some ways, some very interesting ways in which we can compel the users to enter the right data. Uh, this is the normally a frequently faced issue by the developers that the users' responses to the system are sometimes very causing the problem of the data accuracy. And so if we put the validations on each and every keystroke, so that will overburden the system. And the other way of doing is that we provide the guideline to the users so that they know that what data is supposed to be entered with some examples, some multiple choices, some hints on it, so that the erroneous data can be, the chances can be minimized and so. So I'm going to show you an interesting way you can do this. So let's add a lesson here. Okay, I hope it is. Yeah, it is right. It is doing now. So a fascinating way of restricting an erroneous entries. Yeah, erroneous entries are a common issue, and that is not rare. But how nicely you can restrict them and minimize them. So this is the job of the developer, and with the experience you learn with this, that how to handle that. So one thing is important that you don't make annoying. Your program should remain user friendly while ensuring the accuracy of the data. So these are the two things. They are parallelly required and desired for each system. That system should be user friendly, and and there should be maximum mm, uh, means arrangement that the erroneous data is curtailed nicely. Okay, so we take an example that, for example, uh, we take an order. We take an order, for example, a new order, and we say a short order that's just present 100 units of this, and say $10 discount. Fair enough. So this, just suppose these are plenty of items in here. Okay, and these are having a shipment cost of say 300 dollars, and this is also updated, right? Okay. Now, if you go to the edit and mark the shipment as well, okay, so you go to edit of the previous order, that is 87, and with that is already it's new now. We mark it for the shipment for the same day. Okay, 03 January 2024, the same day shipment. Fair enough, and we update it. Okay, so this is also shipped. Now, now let's go to mark the closing of this order, right? We go to the final stage of this order, pressing enter, and this is the order position. The shipment is done, and we have a payment date. Okay, we enter, say, the same day it is paid. Okay, and now as soon as you go out of this mode, so it will compel you to don't go away without giving that what was the pay mode of this payment, right? You say that 22,190 amount was collected. So was it in cash, or two for credit, three for this, or four? You say, okay, it was a online transfer. Okay. So this is done. And now you say, so you have actually done, uh, um, means compelled it to be on the right path. If you do not enter a valid, what would happen if you say 7? Okay? So it will keep on asking you. Hmm? So it will keep on asking you, please, what was the transfer? Or what was the payment mode? Hmm? Say it was a debit card, then tell that it was a debit card. Hmm? But don't go away by just clicking and entering a invalid data, for example. There's no that won't help you, and it will keep you hanging on, asking for valid lines. So this way you can restrict the user from entering or leaving blank a mandatory item, right? This can be done on so many places, right? In which the data is required and you want them to be entered, means correctly, right? So you can, so how to do this, we will show you. Okay, let's click it. It is saved and it is closed now. If you see, you will see that this order which we have just created has not only that it was shipped, but also it is paid and it is closed, right? Right? The order status is closed and the mode was online transfer, and that's it. Okay. So uh, to see the code, you see, uh, that compels the user to enter the right. Not only compels, but it guides him as well. What are the entries expected from him on this position and this level, at this level, right? Right. So, so what we will do, we will press double click in here. So this was the code, which is written in the exit mode. Means as soon as you try to leave the pay mode, right? So it will compel you. It will check if the pay date is blank, is not blank, and you are trying to uh, exit. So it will display this thing, and it will do it within a do while loop until the choice is 0. Well, you remember we entered 7. The CH was 7, so it was not 0, right? But that was made 7 to 0. Any invalid, any invalid choice. So it is first checking whether it is 1, then it is putting cash. If it is 2, then it is giving a credit card. If it is 3, it is giving a debit card. And if it is 4, then it is taking the pay mode as online transfer. Else, else contains all the 7, 8, 9, all the invalid choices what the user may enter. So what is it is doing? It is making the pay mode blank and putting CH is equal to 0, right? So C value is 0. So it means keep on asking him. It will not let you out from this without giving a valid of these 4 choices. Right? So this is the interesting thing. Another thing is that uh, why do you want this to be and the pay more? So why not just on the pay date? If the pay, if we take this, let's see, if we take this into the pay date, we remove this it from here, this code, and we go to the pay date. This is payment date. This is a pay date, right? So as soon as the pay date is changed, so it will check, right? So if pay date, if pay date is not equal to space, okay, then this is going to. So this will reject. This is will be even better place for it, and it will be doing equally good, right? As soon as the date is entered, so you don't bother to go into the pay mode and then try to exit. So instead of it, as soon as the date is entered, this will run. Okay, so let's quickly do it. And what we do, we take this pay date, we remove it right from here so that it's all shipped, right? And the payment type also, we remove this, okay? That's right. And it is shipped. And in the SO detail, you will find that it is also invoiced, right? It has already automatically changed itself from paid to invoice because we have removed the pay date and the result. Now let's go and quickly edit this and try to close this order, right? So I'm taking you to this existing order. This will show you that it is shipped already. Now you want to enter a pay date, right? So when this order was paid. So soon as you change it, it starts asking. So it is not on the change. The issue is it is so let's take it 1 for cash, right? So we should use, instead of change, we will get after update. Okay, we go back to the order and we change it from pay change to after update, pay date after update. Okay, after update. As soon as you update it, so the we we remove it from here, okay, for X. We put it where? In the after update. So as soon as the pay date is updated, it will check if the pay date is not blank, then the exit is it. So let's quickly do this. And this is the order. We are going to enter it. Fair enough. So this is the order which is shipped. Now we want to enter the payment date. The payment is already mentioned. Only the date, when have you received it? Says the same day, for example, January 2024. Okay. As soon as you press enter here, it is going to ask, okay, you have received the payments, so whether it was cash or credit card or what, say online transfer, for example. Okay, so online is the answer. That's right. If you give any incorrect reply, it will keep on asking you and compel you to enter the valid data, and then you update it. Okay, this is updated. That's okay. I hope you got the idea about it and you liked it. Thank you very much for joining me and look forward to your joining us in the next videos. Thank you.